Hello everybody, my name is Valentine. Most of the people watching this video will probably know me from Skylander speedrunning, since I do that a lot on my YouTube channel, but I've actually not openly been doing a lot of VGC for the past year, and I recently participated in my first tournament, which was the Utrecht special event in the senior division, and got fourth there. And I wanted to do a little team report just to show the team that I used, and just seemed fun. So we're gonna go just mon by mon and look at the EV spreads, sets, items, stereotypes, and kind of explain their place on the team. So we're gonna start with Flutter main, holding the focus sash, the stereotype fairy, 252, 252, very standard stuff. With of course Perish Song, since this is a Perish Trap team. That's what Golf tells for. We'll get into that later. But yeah, just Flutter main, very standard set. I think this is the only set you can justify using. If you're using Paris Trap, there are some bulky Flutter main spreads. I've actually got one right here. Like you've got these bulky sets. This is actually an old Regulation C team, well, not old, but yeah. Now you can use bulky sets; those are also very good. But I think that on Paris Trap you just wanna maximize your speed and then maximize your offense because you've got that sash. You're really only supposed to get one move off, which is that Paris song. So that's why I chose this spread over some other spreads. Next up, Arcanine safety goggles, just very good into Amoonguss. Because if you notice, I only have one grass type, which is Amoonguss. And my Iron Hands is not Terra Grass, which we'll also get into later. But yeah, without safety goggles and Arcanine, my Amoonguss matchup is just absolute dog. It's just trash. So yeah, and I did still have some problems with Amoonguss, so maybe Terra Grass would have been more optimal, but then for my game 3, for my round 3, Terra Fire was absolutely clutch, so that's just, we'll get into that. Terra type Dragon. I told myself that I did Terra type Dragon because it's better into Iron Hands over Terra Water, but really it's just because I was lazy and I had a lot of Dragon Shards from the Charizard event, and I didn't feel like grinding out Water Shards, so I was like, okay, Terra Dragon also works. I know it resists Water, it's still weak to Iron Bundle, you know. A 252 attack, 172 Jolly to outspeed Goldengo, 252 attack to kill it. The rest is just dumped into bulk with 67 HP, 76 HP, and 4 and 4. Flatbit's extreme speed, Willow is protect. You notice that I will not have Snarl. I used to have Snarl on this set, but I found extreme speed to be very valuable to just pick up quick KOs onto mons that are left at like low HP. So that's why I opted for extreme speed over Snarl, since I wasn't clicking Snarl a lot either. The only matchup I'd be clicking Snarl in is the D&D Armorers matchup, and I had a completely different game plan into that. So yeah, that's why I dropped Snarl in favor of extreme speed. Next up is Gothtel, Citrus Berry Shadow Tag. I think just if you're running Bear Trap, a healing item is mandatory. Like, you can run Citrus Berry, you can run Leftovers, you could run a Pinch Berry, but I don't really like Pinch Berries. So, that's why I chose for Citrus, since I like the quick HP regain, because Citrus or Leftovers recover a 16th of your HP, and say you're on the field for 3 turns, that's 3/16 is... How much percent is that? Hold up. That's 18%. You'd be getting more recovery from Citrus Berry at that point. So, that's why I like Citrus Berry. Terra type Fairy. It's just, I think it's the best Terra type for Psychic types. Resists Dark, resists Bug, and is neutral to Ghost. You could go for a Terra Dark that is also resistant to Dark and Ghost, but then you're still weak to Bug. And my round 1 opponent did have a bug type, but I still lost that. So yeah. But I guess over the course of the tournament, I don't really think I terrestrialized Gothtel, so Terra type didn't really matter. I might have terrestrialized it for one game or something, but yeah, it just wasn't. No, you can run fairy or you can run dark. Kind of depends on what you like. Because the reason you'd run dark is to be better into Flutter Main, but then fairy still hits you. So I don't know. I just think fairy is a little bit more consistent on Gothtel. EVs. I don't know what these EVs do, honestly. I just got them from somewhere. I do know you live a life for Flutter Main Shadow Ball that came up in round 5 actually, which is the only reason I was able to win that. Because my Gothtel no, survived on 18 HP and then was able to KO Great Tusk. Psychic Faker Protect Trick Room, just the best set. Trick Room synergizes really nicely with Iron Hands and Amoonguss. So, and also into like Tailwind teams, you could use Arcanine on the Trick Room. But usually Arcanine doesn't like to be on the Trick Room because mine is made to be very fast. So yeah, just usually for Iron Hands and Amoonguss. But yeah, Fake Out really nice for stalling. Same for Protect and Psychic, just because you need some form of damage output, right? Amoonguss, Rocky Helmet. I really didn't know what item to run. Rocky Helmet wasn't that important. No, it never really came into play, but I tried like Pinchberry. Like I said, I don't really like Pinchberries, so I dropped that for Rocky Helmet. You can pretty much run any item on the Amoonguss. Mental Herb might have been better. Mental Herb actually would have been very good into my round 6 opponent. Because he had Taunt, Talonflame, and I could have like Rage Powder, but then he also had Flare Blitz. Yeah, Mental Herb might have been better. Okay. Well, I mean, that's just an optimization for next time I'm using Amoonguss, right? But yeah, Terra type Dark. I like Terra type Dark into Indeed Armor Rouge. I also think it's just generally a good typing for Amoonguss to terrestrialize into. Like make some neutral to all his weaknesses, resist, or is immune to one at least. I don't know. No, it's just generally a good Terra type. I don't really like Water because that makes you still lose to Iron Bundle. Because Freeze Strider still hits you. The other one I considered was Rock, but I didn't like that. Into Indeed Armor Rouge. I still got 2 shots, I think, by Expanding Force. So, Terra type Dark. That's it. EVs, I don't know what these EVs do either. I just stole them, and I didn't feel like changing my in-game Amoonguss EVs. So, and then, yeah, just Spore Witch by Protect Pollen Puff. On a non-Perish Trap team, you could maybe drop Protect for Clear Smog. I think that since I am running Perish Trap, I think that Protect is absolutely necessary to stall out those turns. Same for Rage Powder to keep Gothtel safe, Pollen Puff to keep Gothtel safe, and Spore to keep Gothtel safe. And that's when, a pattern emerges that Amoonguss is just really here to support Gothtel staying alive into like matchups that you're not, not too confident in Gothtel staying alive. Iron Hands Assault Vest, best item on it. Terra type Fire. This was very important in my round 3 because that was an Indeed Armor's matchup, and you'll notice that if I run Terra type Grass, then I have 1, 2 weaknesses, and then all these other mons, they don't really do well, because Arcanine gets 1 shot by Expanding Force, Floodmane gets 2 shot because of Focus Sash, Gothtel gets 1 shot by, or 2 shot by just regular Armor Cannon, and Bundle gets 1 shot by E-Force. So, my Indeed Armor's matchup is very bad, and if I then Terra Grass to or to be neutral, if I were to be Terra Grass, then Terrestrialize, then I'd be weak to Armor Cannon and be neutral to Expanding Force. So I chose Terra type Fire. This makes me resist Armor Cannon and Eruption from Torkoal, and allows me to be neutral against Expanding Force, which allows me to get 2 shot by it if they're not Life Orb, Helping Hand, stuff like that. Just this. allows me to survive Specs Flutter Main Moonblast without a Terra. Very good. Adamant with CC. I absolutely love CC. I think it's great for damage output. Very important in round 5. The only reason I won round 5 is Robbie. He was using Aaron's top 4 at Vancouver team, and CC was able to Oko Excalibur on the Trick Room, and then Gothel was able to pick up Great Tusk. And that's because Drain Punch wouldn't Oko. So yeah, that's why CC is better. I think it's just better for general damage output as well. Wild Charge, just your best electric type coverage option. Fake Out, good for stalling. Volt Switch. Volt Switch is a very important move to allow for pivoting, right? It was also very, very, very important in my round 3 game, which I'll explain the game plan. Against Armrouge and Didi, it is to lead Flutter Main Iron Hands, then click Parasong Terra Volt Switch, switch into Gothtel, Protect on turn 2, then next turn sack them on and just do something with Gothtel, and then the turn after that you switch into Flutter Main, double Protect again, and you kill their Didi Armrouge. Then Iron Hand switches in for the late game, and yeah, you're able to win like that. So, and Volt Switch is a very big part of that, because otherwise your Gothitelle would be affected by the Parasong and would die after it is over. So that is why Iron Hand is very important into it. No, and that's why Volt Switch is very important as well. Iron Bundle is, an absolute MVP. Like, he came in very clutch in round... Actually, round 5, game 1 was very funny, because I led... he was using, the Aaron team, Aaron's top for Vancouver team, and I led Flutter Main Iron Bundle, knowing that this shuts down every single lead option except for Flutter Main and Talonflame. Flutter Main Talonflame, I would pretty much immediately lose if he led that. He leads Flutter Main Talonflame, and I'm immediately in a bad position. I click Protect on my Iron Bundle and Shadow Ball to their Flutter Main. He was actually Life Orb on his Flutter Main instead of Specs, which was also very important. But I click Shadow Ball into his Flutter Main Terra Fairies, making it live that and the Life Orb chip, because otherwise it would die to, 2 turns of Life Orb chip, maybe 1 if I had a high roll. But yeah, so that was very important. Then he he picks up 2 KOs at the same turn by using Dazzling Gleam and Flare Blitz. So Iron Bundle dies and Flutter Main dies. Then Gothtel Iron Hands come in. Now because he is Terra Fairy... Wait, no, here's what I did. I clicked Terra Fire and Fake Out into Talonflame because it was safety goggles. And he'd already Terra'd, so he couldn't use his Terra Ghost on Talonflame. So I click Terra Fire and Fake Out. He crits me and does half to my Terra Fire Iron Hands, which is just absolutely crazy. Then the next turn I click Wild Charge, and Psychic just barely misses out on the KO. He uses Shadow Ball. My Gothitelle almost dies. It hangs on at 18 HP, and it dies to Life Orb Chip. His Flutter Main dies to Life Orb Chip. Iron Hands CC KOs the Great Tusk. Then Psychic. Oh wait, no, I am in Trick Room at this time, right? I set up Trick Room on the turn where did I already say that? I think I already said that. But yeah, CC Oko's Excalibur, and I Oko, I do shot a 2-hit KO Great Tusk with Psychic, so he's at like 18% HP after I hit him with my Psychic. But then there's 2 turns left of Trick Room, and if he gets the double protect, he wins. If he does not, I win. He doesn't get the double protect, and I win game 1. Then game 2, I do a little bit of a different thing. I let Gothitelle and Arcanine, I Flare Blitz his... he taunts into my Gothitelle, and I Flare Blitz his Flutter Main, but my Gothitelle protected. But no, my Gothitelle went for Psychic into Talonflame, and then yeah, I don't really remember the rest of that game, but you know, right. I was explaining why Iron Bundle was good. Right, Iron Bundle is just really good into Flutter Main. Ice Wind Shadow Ball picks up a guaranteed Oko into Flutter Main. Um, Ice Wind is very good with Arcanine as well. Just general speed control. Freeze Dry really good came into play in round 4 against Steady French. My Freeze Dry was able to 2-hit KO his Balafin, which got out of hand on game 1. So Iron Bundle was able to keep that in check. And then yeah, just Hydro Pump. I don't think I clicked Hydro Pump once. Maybe I did once. But yeah, Encore would have been better, I think. Just better Dozo matchup. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the entire team just explained very quickly. I mean, I say quickly. It's been 16 minutes. But yeah, that's it. So I might participate in more tournaments. So you might see more of these team reports pop up on my channel, or just maybe VGC content in general. But yeah, that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.